Tonight, FBI offices all across the country are on high alert after an uptick of threats online against the law enforcement agency. The Joint Intelligence Bulletin contains warnings about potential threats, including a threat to place a so-called dirty bomb in front of FBI headquarters. The FBI believes their raid of the former president's Florida home last week is fueling some of the anger. Meanwhile, new details are emerging tonight about what the FBI may have found in that raid last week. But tonight, prosecutors asked a judge to keep the search warrant affidavit sealed. Here's Deborah Alfarone.
The Justice Department doesn't want the public to see the affidavit that led to last week's search of Mar-a-Lago. On Monday, it asked a federal judge to keep the document sealed. The department said releasing it would jeopardize an ongoing investigation that involves what it described as, quote, highly classified material. CBS News and other media organizations have asked the court to unseal the affidavit. That typically doesn't happen unless criminal charges have been filed. The FBI says it recovered 11 sets of classified materials from former President Trump's Florida home. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News that some of the documents may be so sensitive they can only be read in a secure location with tight controls, and in many cases can only be declassified by the agency where they originated.
Whenever I and fellow members of the Intelligence Committee have viewed these types of documents, there are literally people standing over our shoulders.
Mr. Trump has condemned the search as a raid and an assault. His supporters in Congress have told the White House to preserve all records related to the operation.
I've encouraged all of my colleagues on the left and the right to reserve judgment and not get ahead of yourself.
Meanwhile, in a completely separate matter, prosecutors informed Rudy Giuliani that he's the target of a criminal investigation into possible election interference in Georgia. Giuliani, Trump's personal attorney, is scheduled to testify before a grand jury in Atlanta Wednesday. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
And Giuliani's lawyer told the New York Times he will likely refuse to answer any questions about his work for the former president.